Just moving on to think about international, because it's fascinating. I think the figure's right, something like 70% of UK retailers have some international presence online. Do we think that's enough? Do we think UK retailers are perhaps not maximising the opportunity? What do we think?
My advice would be, go after English language countries. That seems fairly obvious. If it's an easier proposition to potentially, localise into those markets, understanding where your brand fits in that market, understanding what the opportunities, whether there are any gaps in the market and whether the market is underserved. I think you can't ignore China. I think China is just so big and the scale is so phenomenal. From my experience, I think you struggle to be successful there unless you've got a local partner and you've got people at UKTI supporting you with the right advice and lining you up with the right partners. And again, not just going brand site only, but thinking about being on Tmall and the best routes to market.
That we're aware of, we think there's about 450 B2C marketplaces, and this programme at the moment is concentrating on B2C, so it's about helping UK SMEs sell products to people overseas. We as UKTI have positioned ourselves in such a way that we are essentially a bit of a commercial fulcrum for this programme, in that we're liaising directly with the marketplaces globally, and that could be vertical marketplaces, so fashion only or health and beauty only or food and drink only. It could be multi-category, so it could be Amazon, eBay, Alibaba, Tmall that you mentioned earlier on that we have an MOU with. So many different ways that you can cut and slice that. So as a retailer, whether you're pure play, whether you're off to online, that doesn't really matter. I think that there's certainly a marketplace that presents an opportunity for you. And it's about understanding how to easily and through low-cost acquisition position your brand into some of these new markets, whether it's South America or China or Japan.
Yeah.
For most businesses now, I think if they're really thinking of their export strategy, they should do both. They should really figure out how they have a great website and how they make sure that they think global first and act on it as well and trial and experiment. I do think, though, that marketplaces can be powerful. Like if you've never really traded in Brazil or something and you just want to try getting that data back, experiencing some of the challenges, some of the opportunities, I think it's more about that. It's about experimenting, getting data, as opposed to saying, we need to do a perfect site in Brazil. You start learning as you go. And so I think more and more companies will get comfortable with this and start to use marketplaces where appropriate for their brand, and also allow them to make smarter, larger investments later.